right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 70. Okay.
We are getting real close to the ending.
Yeah, and Ruhenheim, it's about to go down.
It's about to burn.
It's about to be destroyed. In fact, it's already begun.
Yeah.
The rain has started to fall.
The town's cut off from the rest of the world.
Yep. There's a flood, there's Wim's been given a gun. We've got
his dad's been given a gun.
Well, his dad already had a gun.
No.
His dad was the drunk.
No, he didn't actually have a gun. He was given a gun by the people. But
okay.
So Lunge suspects something about the couple that is most likely, it seems, Klaus Poppe and his wife. And Tenma's on his way. Will he be able to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Will it be too late?
Yeah.
We're
basically at that point here where Johan's going to reveal himself, or we've still got a ways to go, because at the very least, people like Lunge and Grimmer, their lives are in danger. Like this is bad.
Yeah.
Especially because they have a desire to at least kind of do something about this. They'll be kind of the first people looked at by the paranoid people of the town as the outsiders that started all this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit crazy, y'all. So without further ado, let's get into it. He's got his hand in his pocket. Yeah. Wow. Town of Slaughter. Well,
all right.
Yep.
Can't spell slaughter without laughter.
Oh.
Oh. He's listening. Crap. Okay, so he's not... Oh, right, there are 3 cops in total. And now we've already been nicked. Yeah. Found Conrad. Yep. Oh, wow. That's so crazy. Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wait, that almost looked like freaking Roberto.
It did. Yeah, it was a big guy. Yeah.
And the hair like slicked back and everything.
I think you're right. Oh my gosh.
Was the alcohol poisoned?
No, you're all shot. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Did he do it?
Yeah. Or no, maybe he didn't. Maybe.
But he's not sure if he did. Like
Right. That's how
questioning his
traumatized
memory
he
and
is.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we're, as the viewer, supposed to question it just like he is. Right. Oh.
Wow. Not even getting them to do it, just get them to consider it and then incept the idea.
Oh, he can tell based on the magazine and the... Roberto versus Lunge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
あんた方の仲間か。何の話だね。何人の仲間がこの町に入り込む。一体何が言いたいんだね。
Klaus Poppe.
相当な数ばらまいたようだがね。こんな子にまで銃を渡しているくらいですからね。
Dang.
リム、銃ってお前まさか。
その子は銃を撃っちゃいない。
Good,
は
okay.
全部残ってる。リムはあなたの教えを守り通しましたよ。
Hang on to that gun though, Grimmer.
Yeah, he is. Oh, buddy.
何丁の銃をこの町に。
Grimmer's pissed.
何人がお前たちから銃を受け取った。私を怒らせると大変なことに。
孫、そっくりだったんだ。
Yeah.
何？
彼は私たちの死ん
Yeah,
だ
this
孫
isn't
そっ
Franz
くりだったん
Bonaparte.
だ。彼は私たちのことをよく知っていた。目的は私なんだろう。
No
その
way.
彼の目的は。
Oh, man.
What?
Oh.
その通りです。ポッペさん。いや、フランツ。
Oh my gosh, he looks just like him too. I can't believe it took me so long to figure it out.
That's amazing.
Wow. Ah, he's good with kids.
Uh-huh.
He's been trying to. He's been trying to change his life around.
Yeah.
タバコ吸いすぎだよ。いいのよ、お酒飲んだから。このやめればいいのに。
You should quit smoking too.
ティータ、あんたさっきから何書いてんの？
どう？似てる？
誰に？
天馬だよ、天馬。
It's pretty good,
That looks
actually.
really good.
警
Yeah.
察に提出するわ。
天馬、帰ってくるよね。
ニナへ、君をルーエンハイムで待っている。
Whoa.
Okay.
行かなくちゃ。そ
Crap.
こへ行かせてください。
No.
Oh, boy.
No, I was just like, she's fine because she's not going there.
Exactly.
全く不思議な気分ですよ。あなた
Wow.
は最初、ある男の妄想の中の登場人物に過ぎなかった。遊び半分に糸を手繰り寄せていく。
Had a vacation.
赤いバラの屋敷に何度も足を運ぶ青年に出会っ
Mm-hmm.
た。あなたの
Yep.
息子さん。
Yep.
だがこれが現実だ。私が調査したチェコからの亡命斡旋業者のリストの中に確かにクラウス・ポッペの名前があった。ベルリ
Dang.
ンの壁崩壊直後にあなたはこの地に逃げてきた。逃げようとした私のような人間からか。
Everything.
私にはわかる。ヨハンと呼ばれる青年が何をしようとしているのか。そして今それが現実にこの街で起きている。
Because you're here. Like there's no other reason really for it.
このホテルに来る間もたくさん人が死んでた。どうかしちゃったんだよ。ねえ。
Wow. Roberto, yeah.
I thought it was going to be Johan, but
Yeah.
okay.
交通がすべて遮断されている。
Mr. Big Dick himself.
Yeah, yeah.
あんた何やってんのよ。
さあ落ち着いて。フロントに温かいお茶を頼んでおいたが、雨が止む頃にはすべて消えているさ。
何が？
Yeah.
すべての記憶さ。
Jeez. That guy's a monster.
Yeah.
Ugh.
ドクター・ギーレンが同行する。
No!
そして君に銃を持たせるわけにはいかない。
出かける支度をします。ディーターとエヴァ、そしてライヒワイン先生、シューバルト氏にカールとロッテ。ヨハンを知る人は全員
Yes.
姿を隠
Good.
す。
Uh-huh. Yep.
Good.
ヨハンは全ての記憶を消そうとしています。
Here comes Senma.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So it begins, Tenma. Wow.
そこを動くな。
Jeez. Yeah.
助けを呼びに。子供
Wow.
たちだけでも。助け。
Oh, this is so chilling.
ヨハン。私が初めてその名前を聞いたのは、ある脳外科医の供述からだった。
だ天馬、あなたは自分の推理に間違いがあったことを認めるんですね。
いや、ヨハンは私にとっては架空の人間でしかない。実在する人物が架空の人間になるにはどうしたらいいのか。その人間を知る者、その人間の過去を知る者、
Must die.
すべてを消し去ること。最終的にはボナパルタさん、あなたの絵本のラストのように。
Wow.
All
Yeah.
right.
私も架空の人間だ。大腸に記入したノイマイヤーという人間でもなければ、
Yeah.
ボルフガング・グリマーという人間でもない。
待っていた。
私はここでただ審判が降りるのを待っていた。どう償えばいいのかわからない。ただ全てを受け入れようとここで。
待っていただと。死ぬのは怖くないだと。あんたがやったことがどれほどの罪だった
You brought this on the town.
人間の善悪の根幹を破壊するということが何を意味するのか。人間は食事をうまいと思わなければならない。休日のピクニックを楽しみにしなければいけない。仕事が終わった後のビールがうまいと思わなきゃいけない。子供が死んだ時、心の底から悲しいと思わなければいけない。あんたを死なせやしない。あんたを無事にこの町から連れ出し、すべて公表させる。
Well, Grimmer's gonna
あん
die.
たが目覚めさせた怪物の正体よ。
じゃあこの殺戮を指揮している人間がいるだろう。そいつはどこだ？
知らない。
どこだ？
This is the other hotel.
Probably.
Oh.
大丈夫。怖くない。ここは危険だ。わかるか？町から出るんだ。
Escort everyone
ホ
out.
テルベルクバッハに指示を出している男は。
All right.
なるほど。
And I'm dumb. The paranoid couple's husband is dead. Oh wait, no, he's alive. He's right here.
Okay.
私が宝くじのが出たばっかりに。
No.
No.
あんた方が買い揃えたのか？
まだ一発も撃ってない。本当だよ。
Yeah, they were too scared.
Perfect.
これとこれ貸してくれ。
I'm a dual wield.
One Lunge also has the other pistol.
銃を持ってますよ。
Yeah,
私は刑事だ。その辺の区別はつく。
I can tell the difference. Oh.
Okay.
そうだグリマーさん。一仕事終えたらビールを。
Yes. Yes.
うまいすぎる。
A delicious
But
beer.
they're both gonna die. Crap. Although Lunge might take out Roberto. Like, oh man, this is
crazy.
This is crazy and amazing and so wonderful and holy crap.
And terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Like, we literally had Grimmer and Lunge being like, cool, guns. Let's arm up and move out. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well, here we go. They're basically like, are you ready? We're gonna end it. Oh, monsters ending.
Oh, boy.
Klaus Poppe, aka Franz Bonaparte, has been revealed as the hotel manager.
Which is a great twist. I love it.
Which was fantastic because, no, Franz Bonaparte isn't doing any of this.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
he's not. He's not doing any of this.
And the thing is,
he's just trying to
live out the
prepare
rest
himself
of his days, yeah,
before his sentence comes for him. You know,
the thing is that like, okay, normally it would be very obvious if they introduce another character that's also dealing with kids and all that stuff, and it's like, oh hey, I wonder who this is.
But they introduced so many
characters for this entire town that he was just another face.
Yeah,
you know, and they set up the couple so well to be the mysterious something bad's with them, you know,
right?
That, wow, yeah, but nope, okay,
no.
yeah, there you go. You know, it's just Johan doing the thing that he does all the time,
right? And this is crazy because they're bringing in everyone.
Yeah,
like this is bad. Like the fact that Gillen is actually coming here,
right?
Freaking. Anna is going
because here's the thing, Gillen is the one who has the most information and is the most respected in just like the community. Like he could actually do something with all of this.
Yep.
But no, because he's yeah
this is frustrating.
Yep.
So they're making their move. Anna's coming back. She doesn't need a gun
now,
which means she has a way to basically stop Johan with just her words potentially,
right? Because she also she was the one who got all the training at the Red Rose Mansion, so you know.
So that's a very big possibility. Another big thing that happened this episode
Roberto came back.
Roberto, yes, Roberto is back. Him and his big dick and coming around and just of course, okay, now it makes sense. He's the one that was talking to the cute girl at the bratwurst place and stuff, being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you away from this place and stuff.
Although I totally like, because I guess they never said that. They never said that the guy was like a you know a cute pretty boy.
Right.
You know?
They didn't.
It's just that she was hoping that she would get a a nice pretty boy to.
Yep.
But yeah, wow.
But then we also have the whole Lunge Grimmer combination thing here, where they confront Klaus Poppe, aka Franz Bonaparte.
That was
just so
awesome.
Amazing. We've been waiting so long.
They are like such a great duo.
And it's not even that we've been waiting for Grimmer and Lunge as a combo. We've been waiting for Lunge to properly partner up with anyone.
Exactly.
Anyone remotely
But Grimmer's just so fantastic because they're the two favorite side characters. Main characters that aren't quite the main characters,
Right.
And so the fact that they brought Grimmer back for that and everything, it's amazing, and I'm even okay with the fact that we won't get a shotgun-toting Ava, with them. It's all good because they're just that awesome, the two of them.
Yeah, so we have Johan moving about. We have Roberto being his number 2 here. There is the potential that a lot of the killings happening now are just actually the townsfolk getting paranoid and killing each other.
Right, but we have established that there are other people that are working with Roberto.
Well, that's the thing. We
We
know that there are people that are being instigated and manipulated into killing, but we don't know if they're actually all trained killers or just civilians of Ruhenheim. They're not outsiders necessarily. Like, they don't have to be.
Right, but they did say at some point that, 3,
armed men came in and stuff like that. But the point is that they're actually saying that the civilians are now turning on each other and shooting each other. I loved how also the little couple that won the lottery and stuff, the paranoid ones and stuff, are actually now joining up and helping.
Yeah,
they're
and it's
like, oh my god,
hey, we got more guns than we needed. Here you go. Never been used. There you go. Locked and loaded.
But I like how that kind of convenience of the lottery thing wasn't actually something that necessarily worked according to Johan's Keikaku,
right?
Or was even a part of Johan's plan.
It could have just been a coincidence thing where it's something happens and people are paranoid, so all sorts of stuff starts to happen.
Right, but here's something that I think is really funny is that regardless of whether or not Johan planned that or something, Johan's plan isn't flawless. Because if you assume, listen to this. If you assume that Johan planned the thing of them being paranoid, so they would get guns and end up eventually killing some people and stuff like that. It didn't work because they ended up actually coming to here and bringing the guns and stuff to the good guys. If Johan didn't plan that, that means that even Johan, with all of his Keikaku Dori stuff, can't account for random fluke old couple winning the lottery, which is literally the 1 in a million, then they end up getting paranoid because of what Johan did, bringing in all the guns and stuff.
But what I love about this is that it gives so much more credence to Johan's Machiavellianism, because the thing is that a lot of times in stories, especially in anime, when they want to make people be smart, it's that they have accounted for literally every variable, and they are an omniscient god, right?
Right.
And that's
everyone else is stupid.
Or everyone else is stupid. And the thing is, that's just not realistic, right?
It isn't.
Now, this isn't, realistic necessarily either, but the thing is that it's a lot more plausible. Johan's plan isn't rigid, because otherwise a speck of sand would make it all come crumbling down.
Right.
It's fluid, right? He can roll with the punches. He's just putting things into motion, and they move as they move, and he might not know exactly how they move, but he understands human nature enough to know that certain things will happen. He doesn't know by who or when or where, but they'll happen.
Right.
And that's a lot more interesting and engaging to me.
The kids were killed even. The kids were killed. And the Whim didn't even do it.
But that was the insidious part about it, is that the way it was set up, he thought maybe he did, right? And if not for Grimmer being there, he probably would have ended up thinking, I killed these kids.
Who knows what this kid would have done.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And I like how Johan's plan is I will be the one that instigates the madness in the people there, and I will instigate that with my people, and we'll do this very tactically here. But his actual main gimmick for bringing in the means by which they can all just start doing their dirty work, doing his dirty work for him, was he has an old couple going around giving guns to people
and telling people like, hey, maybe you should kill them, you know.
Johan Johan twisted them that tightly around his finger and had an old couple pretend to have one of them in a wheelchair and go around handing out guns to children and drunk people and just people that are broken and just like, this is a good idea. Like, that's how messed up Johan can make a person with just his Machiavellian, and twisted logic.
And while there's an aspect where it's like, okay, it's Johan magic, right? There's another aspect to it too where it's like, well, how close could people be on their bad day if someone basically knew exactly how bad their day was, right? And they understood them enough to know what made them tick and what buttons to push.
Right.
Would that be feasible? And even if you didn't convince them to actually start killing people, to plant the idea so that they're like, they have to actually think about it, right? Because that just that alone will mess a person up.
Yeah, and I really liked how Grimmer called out Bonaparte or Klaus Poppe here by saying, like, do you even understand the sin you've committed? Do you understand the weight and severity of your actions? Basically, like, do you realize what happens when you destroy the boundary in people's minds between good and evil? And like, people need, and then he goes into this really cool little monologue about how people need food to be delicious.
Right.
They need basically all these things about life to give them meaning and hope and goodness, because otherwise, people can awaken their monster.
Right. They need to have things that they can expect to be good versus expecting to be bad. You know, things like the drink after a hard day at work. You know.
Right. But that's so chilling because those things are so simple, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Those things aren't super complicated.
Right.
That's just like, oh yeah. But you know what Grimmer's saying here, right? Is that he's basically saying for a lot of people, just having that cold beer after the hard day's work is enough to keep them from giving into their monster.
Sure.
Like, that's showing in some ways it's raising the mystical curtain on Johan's manipulation, saying it's not that
outlandish,
supernatural or what have you.
Well, and it's also again, excellent characterization for Grimmer, because by saying that, he's also saying all of that was taken away from me because of you, indirectly because of you. And then I thought you were going to mention at first him calling him out on the good that he did though with Wim, of basically saying the things that you said to him, the encouragement that you gave, that's maybe what helped him.
I misinterpreted that the first time.
I
misinterpreted that the first time.
Oh, really?
I basically heard that encouragement as being a thing of basically where Wim was thinking about killing them, even in the slightest way, because of what you said to him being something where you called them trash. Because if you think about it in one way, this is obviously not what Grimmer was pointing out here. But by Klaus Poppe saying, you're not trash like them, what he's doing is he's actually dehumanizing the bullies for the kid, Wim.
Oh,
and
let's actually pull that back up because I want to look at the exact wording.
What he exact says is it's something it's quite insidious, I would say, if you take it the other way. But the thing is, he's not meaning it that way. It's something that
so ways before this.
Yeah,
when he comes back in. Yeah, okay.
Hold on, because we don't know that he was
okay.
And he's saying he's probably after me. His target is probably me.
Before.
Still before that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yep. Right.
Took my gun.
Yeah. Okay.
You even gave one to a child like this. Boom, a gun. And then he says, don't tell me you. And then he quotes him, you aren't trash. Don't take them seriously. There was a reason you were born.
Seems even encouraging him by saying that. Yeah.
So
yeah, he didn't fire the gun.
So it's obviously a positive thing. But if you take a little bit of a skew on it, you can basically see it as being a thing of saying like that. It's a positive. But that's the thing. I think I looked only at the first one being "you aren't trash," and I kind of overlooked the next two here.
Yeah, don't take them seriously.
Because the third one is huge. There was a reason you were born.
Right.
That's a question that most people struggle with. The idea that there's no real reason for my existence. Yeah.
Well, and it's also a callback directly to what Grimmer told the kid in the episode where Johan made the kid almost kill himself.
But yeah, Wim kept to what Klaus Poppe taught him, and he's so you realize this is something that I think is so realistically done with a character like Franz Bonaparte, who's been built up to be this enigmatic evil, this father of Johan. He's a broken old man who realized, I am an evil piece of trash on this world. Right. So and that's he's doing the one thing he can do, which is he can communicate with kids and help form them in a way that could be negative or positive. So in this case with Wim, he's like, I see a broken kid here. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that he doesn't turn out, he doesn't turn out in a bad way.
Directly in contradiction to the things that the bullies were telling him.
Yep. Yeah. So that's really good.
Yeah, and Grimmer didn't even know that he was Klaus Poppe at that point. So yeah. But this episode was absolutely fantastic, and again, it makes me even more excited for whatever's going to happen in the next episode because, I mean, it's in full swing now. Lunge has 3 different guns, assuming that he didn't give up the pistol that Wim had. So he's got the rifle and 2 pistols. So
wait, what?
Because
Grimmer took the gun that Wim had.
But didn't he give that to Lunge?
Why would he do that though? Because Grimmer doesn't use guns.
Well,
no. He. Well, I would assume on some level that it's just that they have enough guns now.
Sure. Yeah. But I love that Lunge specifically is like, no. I'm going to have multiple guns.
Well, right.
I'm going to be loaded out because I'm going to go on my own mission.
They're more just magazines, Jacob.
Oh, sure, yeah,
because they don't carry around extra bullets.
Right, exactly.
It's more that I want to have the most shots on me. I want to have the most, because I'm probably the best. Which is funny because Grimmer is actually probably a better shot than Lunge. Let's be real. Grimmer was an assassin.
Yeah, probably. Although Grimmer doesn't really need guns, he just needs them for the case where someone's far away, and he can't close the distance fast enough. But
Grimmer is the kind of person who I want to walk up behind Roberto, and Roberto to have this look of
yeah, basically Roberto,
and as he turns to whip his hand around and stuff
whip his hand around,
whip his hand around with the gun in hand. And Grimmer just strikes him right here, and there's a Watchmen level crunch, of the whole bone and everything. Just
basically, I want to see Roberto with all his big dick energy, and I'm a big guy and all that stuff.
Yeah,
get destroyed
by Grimmer.
Now, if he also gets shot down by Lunge, that would be good too. That would be good too. But yeah, I want to see Grimmer let the devil out. And he had straight up a Hulk line of, you shouldn't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Right. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is that. Yeah. So we have everyone that's not Tenma and a good guy either in transit to Ruhenheim or in that hotel, in Ruhenheim with Klaus Poppe and everyone there. So we have Johan out there. We have a couple armed killers out there. So it's not actually an easy deal right now.
No.
Because in terms of dealing with them, everything here in the town is a death trap.
Right.
Because, like they said, it's not just Johan's killers and stuff.
It's the townspeople.
The townspeople themselves, if they see... big guys like Grimmer and Lunge walking around with guns.
They wouldn't be able to differentiate,
Well, they wouldn't even really think about that. I think they'd just see the gun and another person.
Exactly, yeah.
And just shoot them.
Right.
So, yeah, this is a thing of where if they want to kill off as many characters as possible. These next 2 episodes, I would say specifically, these next 2 episodes are where a lot of people could die. And I mean named, important, been with them for like 40 episodes or 20 episodes plus characters could die.
And that'll suck if and when it happens, but I'm sure they'll be awesome before then. So.
I like, though, that Anna, with whole thing of, like, I'm going to Ruhenheim because Johan's calling me there. Of course she'll come. I understand it. I hate it because she might die, but...
And that Gillen's going with her. It's like, no!
Well, Gillen, now that I think about it, he can just put his stuff with someone else and be like, if I don't call in every whatever, so put this out to the
exactly
the people, the media. So I'm not really too worried about that. I think if anything, Johan's plan is actually falling apart here. Is that right now he's going to die with just what he's doing. There's too many parts moving in this specific direction. But the thing that I'm more worried about is Tenma's ending. Is Tenma going to end with becoming a monster by shooting Johan? Is Johan going to kill himself? And then it's going to be a thing of where Johan on some level is like... Tenma on some level is like basically saying like all this was for nothing. He won't have justice. Like, it's something where, yes, we can point at a dead body and say, this was Johan. This was the person that killed all those people there. But it won't. Like, won't Johan still win
he's a
in
fictional
that regard?
Character,
Isn't he a fish? Yeah, because...
that whole part was great,
Right, and that, yes. Do you want to talk about that? Because that whole aspect of Lunge realizing when he started shifting things to thinking about how to solve the case from
Johan's perspective and everything.
Well, Johan's perspective, but also from Tenma's imagination. Or because he said like I went on things less based on my own objective, data and more based on the imaginations of. I might need to go and check this out again.
Well, I think that was based on him thinking that it was the imaginations of Tenma, but now he has more of the proof that there's it's not just Tenma's delusions or something.
But he still considers Johan a fictional character.
Right. I'm not sure if he was talking about that in a literal sense or in a figurative sense of this is what Johan's doing.
Oh, I think it's pretty literal. I think what he's saying is that for me, that's what he said. Like for me, Johan is
well, right, but that's not a literal. That's not a literal statement. That's saying, from my perspective, this is what Johan is, right?
Right, but that's because he has no objective data on him according to... Like, that's why he's saying it that way, is that he has no objective data on Johan. It's all via people like Tenma. That's why he still wants to find Tenma, is that Tenma is an important reference towards that data that is currently subjective, that he can make maybe a little bit more palatable to solidify Johan, I would say. Because it feels like Lunge is the endgame character that if he survives, he basically is the way that...
that they'll have this all be officially...
They'll have this all be officially stamped and be like, Tenma, you can go on to live with your life.
Sure.
I'm a big name at the BKA, you know. I will put my career on the line to say that this dead person, Johan, figured it out.
Yeah.
And that's how they could have some semblance of a happy ending.
Sure.
But the way he said it, at least to me, seemed like, while he's not being literal, yes, like you're saying, he is not saying that right now he believes Johan did all the things that Tenma told him to all that time ago. He has nothing, like he can't rely on his objective data.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see in future episodes when they deal with Lunge more.
Do you think we have characters that are definitely going to die? Yes.
Grimmer. The death fights with him was huge. The whole thing of I will protect you and make sure that, I'll publicize everything and all that stuff because I won't let you die here.
So do you think Klaus Poppe will then live or die?
I think he's going to die.
Okay. Do you think Lunge will live or die?
The thing that you were saying makes me think that there's a possibility that he'll live. Like they could have him do something if he stays alive, but I think he's probably going to die. And I think he'll die by Johan.
Okay.
I think that would be the most fitting.
Okay. So he'll believe with his sight, basically.
Well, because he's such a fan of Johan in a lot of ways. Like, because he gets so invested in everything that's happening, and this is his vacation and everything, right? So
right, he's enjoying this. Yeah.
Exactly. So having him meet the monster face to face and being like, this is what I was, up against. This is what I was following. This is the trail of everything. You are truly the greatest prey. And then Johan's just like, who are you? And then kills him.
Yeah. Okay. So then Anna, she's headed back to Ruhenheim, man.
Yeah. I think she's gonna live. She could die, but I think she's gonna live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think she's going to confront Johan directly?
Yes.
In person.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be a part of Johan's demise?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Then
I hope so.
I hope that her agency does have meaning in that regard.
Yeah, it's not just something of her going there and then...
So in some ways, you know what that kind of means?
What?
Almost everyone has to die in Ruhenheim. Like, it has to succeed.
Right, and then the aftermath is
basically people like Gillen and Anna arriving afterwards, and then tracking, or what have you, Johan to wherever he is.
Right.
And then it's the end. So then that's the other question. How do you think this is going to end specifically for Johan?
He's going to die.
Okay.
Like, do you see any path where he lives?
My thing is, I'm more debating of how he's gonna die rather than like whether or not he's gonna die.
Oh, like will someone else kill him or will he kill himself? I think he's gonna kill himself. The question is how and under what circumstances. Because even if he kills himself, there's a way that he can kill himself and it works perfectly, where everyone else is kind of erased, right? And no one ever knew he existed and he was just a fictional character, right? Or he kills himself when he realizes that it didn't work out.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's basically a thing of where right now I've always wanted this to end in a conversation. A conversation between Johan and Tenma.
Maybe punctuated with a gunshot. Yeah.
I don't know though how much Johan is going to win. That's kind of my kind of my thing right now.
And that's what we're exploring right now. That's the point of this arc. Because if we knew, then this wouldn't be quite as exciting. And they've set it up so that it really can go both ways, and it's not going to be a black and white one way or the other. It's going to be some, percentage shade of gray.
Yeah, it feels like, just based on the darkness of Monster, but also I would say what they're kind of setting up here with having characters who have been, I would say, become mini, like, defective Johans. Like, think about it this way.
Okay.
You have all these characters right now who are broken inside. They basically tapped into their monstrous side at some point in their life.
Sure.
And they did something that was something that's kind of been pushing them forward since that time. Okay. I think in some ways Grimmer and Lunge are both great examples of that.
Sure. Lunge almost kind of lives there.
Yeah, exactly. Klaus Poppe, I think, is a perfect example, though, of how things are not going to end for Tenma.
Gotcha.
The thing is that when you look at how he basically is sitting there waiting for this to end and then he's kind of given up, I think that in some ways Johan has kind of given up. Like, you look back at, like, the old stuff with Johan, and he seems to have always had this death wish, right?
Sure.
And now we come to the very end, and his goal is to die. And his goal is to basically just provide the parameters of how and when and all that.
Right. But so it's like he never existed.
Right, but that sounds like a defeated person that in some ways would need to be saved by someone like Tenma. So that's why I think the whole thing is going to be a conversation.
Sure.
And the whole thing is going to be a conversation about Tenma basically being brought to this point. Person. Yeah, and basically Johan wants there to be kind of that opportunity given to Tenma, but I think that's where this is going to have the dark ending, is basically that it's like, well, you were special, Tenma. Basically like, I'm glad that you gave me this new chance, and for that I'm forever grateful.
Right.
and that's something where I want them to at least give some time to Tenma to unpack that.
Not post?
Post.
Sure.
Not a lot. Not a lot, because they can't really do too much.
Right, but it's all part of the tying the bow over everything,
Yeah. But the one person I really, 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 really don't want to die, but it's frustrating me that she's coming back, is Anna. It's like I was literally just saying like 4 episodes ago or something like, hey, well, she's not going to Ruhenheim, so everything's okay. And then literally in this episode, it's like, I'm going to Ruhenheim.
But they brought up the thing that I was very thankful for, that they were like, okay, everyone hide because Johan will want to, Now,
that's good.
Now, could that be...
Dieter, Ava...
Right.
A lot of them, they should be fine.
Now, if they're living in fear and going into hiding, then that's also kind of, in a way, erasing themselves from the world, because they're not going to try and do anything that would lead Johan back to them, so they're probably not going to maybe make it, say anything about it, potentially. So,
well, I think it's also a thing of, like, until he's dead.
Sure.
Go into hiding kind of thing.
Right.
Or until we come back,
With his head on a spike in a bulletproof glass case,
So, y'all, this is Monster. This has been crazy, and we have 4 more episodes left.
Yep.
It's been an era. So, y'all, if you want to see the next episode's reaction discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all of this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or about anime or about Monster, about whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.